Okay, so we have some news, and it's not great news. So apparently, Marvel Studios, well, I quote, Marvel Studios President Kevin Feige won't produce any further Spider-Man films because of the inability by Disney and Sony Pictures to reach a new terms that would have given the former co-financing stake going forward. The dispute that has taken place over the past few months at the top of Disney and Sony has essentially nixed Feige and the future involvement of Marvel from the Spider-Man universe is what sources said. So, Spider-Man out of the MCU. Man, Sony has gotten cocky about Venom and Spider-Man Far From Home. And Spider-Man Far From Home wouldn't have happened if it weren't for Disney. And if it weren't for them, they wouldn't have $1 billion. And that they've never made $1 billion on a movie before. So, I mean, that's crazy stuff. So, this is a little podcast, guys. Alright, hi. So, we're going to get Freeman in here. He's on his way home, and we're going to get him on the podcast on the phone. So, we'll just wait for that. Hey, guys, what's up? Today, my name's Ellison and Freeman, joined by
Freeman.
And today, we are going to be reacting, or leaving our thoughts on Spider-Man leaving the MCU.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we got Freeman here. It's been about, I don't know, a few hours because I had to go to the dentist appointment, but that's not the point. So, Freeman, tell us what you're feeling about Spider-Man leaving the MCU.
You know, Sony can go dig a hole and then go inside of it and then bury it up while they're inside.
I know, dude. Like, you know how much potential we could have had with Spider-Man in the MCU? We could have X-Men team-ups. We could have Fantastic Four team-ups, Daredevil. We could have Deadpool. And then we could have had him as a leading, one of the main Avengers in Avengers 5. And, like, so much potential wasted there. Because Disney wanted 50% more, and not 5% on the next Spider-Man deal. And they just, like, couldn't agree on it. And I don't know, man, what to think. Because now we're going to have every superhero there, except for Spider-Man in the next 5 to 6 phases of Marvel. And that's, well, yeah, that's unless Apple buys Sony, which in the next 3 years, they won't be making any more Venom movies, Spider-Man movies, and Spider-Man will belong back to Disney, so.
Well, even if, like, in a, 5 years or something, when, Spider-Man just gets boring and it's garbage, then they have to sell it back to Marvel. Marvel gets it back. What are they gonna do? Because,
Well, I know, everyone's gonna be older now. Like, we could have had live-action Miles Morales. And I know you would want that. You would want that. I want a live-action Miles Morales. That's what I want.
I could have played Miles Morales.
And what we need is we could have had Morgan Stark, him babysitting Morgan Stark, and I don't know, the third Spider-Man movie. We could have had.
Just imagine what Spider-Man 3 would have been like.
Exactly, we could have had Daredevil as the lawyer, or even She-Hulk, dude, and we could have so much potential.
We could have had him.
We could have had Craven. Sinister Six was freaking building up, dude. And we could even have Shuri team up with them, make some cool tech and stuff.
We could have had a cool Sinister Six.
Dude, we could have Dark Avengers, for God's sakes. We could have had Norman Osborn. We could have Young Avengers with him leading. We could have so much potential here, and yet Sony doesn't want to do anything. They're selfish. Universal, they don't really care about the Hulk. Sony cares about Spider-Man, though, because they're a broke company. So we're waiting for Apple to buy them in the next 3 years. So by 2022, or somewhere around that day, Spider-Man should be returning to Disney. But if that doesn't happen, then they're forever with Sony. So I'm hoping, because people are saying Disney should buy Sony, but I don't see that as a possibility because Disney bought all of the film franchises and nothing like Sony is a film franchise, but they also have products, and I don't think Disney cares about products. You know what I'm saying? So
there is one positive, is that Marvel will probably have to do X-Men sooner because they were planning on doing it
No, if they see how much money Disney makes off regular Marvel, then they're gonna realize oh shoot, maybe we should have kept him in there and gave Disney that 50% of money that we get from the movies.
That's gonna be the most money
Yeah, Disney is gonna own the world, and Spider-Man's just gonna be gone. And you know what I'm gonna do now? I know a lot of people are saying this. I am trying to be serious. I am not gonna watch Venom 2 in theaters. I'm gonna wait for that on. Even though I really want to see, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna boycott all their goods. I'm not gonna watch Spider-Verse 2. I'm just gonna wait. I could just watch it online for free.
What are they even gonna do in Venom 2? Because like,
Well, Carnage. They were trying to get Tom Holland in the second movie. Like, why are you doing a third Spider-Man movie without Tony Stark, without Happy, without any of those characters? You need those characters in the third Spider-Man movie. You can't do the.
Like, just imagine Venom 2. Hey, who's that? Oh, that's Spider-Man. Hey, Spider-Man. You want to go fight Carnage?
Bro, dude, and we have a good cast. Tom Holland, Zendaya, Tony Revolori, Jacob Batalon. We have the people who are really good at acting. And I know a lot of people don't like MCU Spider-Man because he's not accurate to the comics, but that's the good thing, because what makes you different is what makes you Spider-Man. So I mean,
he's totally accurate to
the way he acts, I totally agree. But the thing is, how are they going to explain it? Because his suit is made of Stark tech, so I don't know if that's going to be copyrighted, because no Tony Stark mentioned in the third and fourth Spider-Man movie. I know those two movies, Spider-Man 3 and 4, are going to flop.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, don't reboot Spider-Man after Tom Holland. You either bring him, no, actually, don't bring him into the Venom movies. Bring Andrew Garfield back.
You either keep Spider-Man in the MCU or just don't do him, because you're going to ruin him.
Just don't do it. Just do Venom as your superhero. That's it.
Exactly.
They clearly made him a hero. Why would you make him a villain if it has nothing to do with the Secret Wars comics? Or what is it, Secret Invasion, I think?
Yeah.
No, is it Secret Invasion or Wars? It doesn't matter, but point is, you can't do the Venom storyline within the attached. You could have easily attached Venom to Far From Home if you think about it, because he's going on vacation. Have the symbiote come somewhere else, and then Sony could have, like, I don't know, attach it or detach from the MCU if they wanted to or not. So I think that's on them.
Like, it would look so cool for Tom Holland to have the symbiote, because I know that Sony's gonna mess it up. Just look at Wolverine.
Yeah, no, look, Spider-Man 3, I already see a worse score than The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I see under 50%. For Spider-Man 4, I see under 40%. I guarantee you that John Watts is an amazing director. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I think he did great for the first two MCU Spider-Man movies. And I think he's going to do great for 3 and 4, but they're going to get a lot of hate for not doing that stuff.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make sense. Why make Spider-Man 3 when, like, what? You're just going to imagine that J. Jonah Jameson didn't, or Mysterio didn't reveal about his identity? Like, what are you going to do?
It's not going to be in the MCU, though, so they're going to be like, oh, none of that stuff ever happened, because that was...
Yeah, it makes sense, right? You guys understand, right? Yeah. Sony, you got this. It makes total sense. It's an identical reality. So, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Man, I even commented it. I feel really stupid, but I said, Mr. Disney, I don't feel so good. Like, dude, come on, how are you gonna explain the freaking Iron Spider suit? Or even any...
They're just gonna make him a new suit.
Yeah, you can't have any of those Stark Tech suits. You either give him the homemade suit, which I think fans love that suit, or you just give him a whole new suit. I think
You can't do the Iron Spider suit.
You can't do the Bosco suit either, because that's still made by Stark Tech.
Yeah, and like everybody knows that suit, and Marvel could copyright that whenever they want.
Yeah, if they use it, they mention Tony Stark, or if anyone mentions Spider-Man in the MCU, it just doesn't make sense. In the real world, that wouldn't make sense. You could say Peter Parker whenever you want.
Like, they can't mention... Oh, do you remember when the blip happened? Like, they just have to... It's pretty much like an entire...
Oh, yeah, and then the kid rode my horse in Thor 4. Valkyrie brings that up. That you can't do that. Well, you can do that, but it's due to the rights, so it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So I think you do not reboot Spider-Man. Do not continue Tom Holland unless it's not in the MCU. I think you bring back Andrew Garfield. I know a lot of people don't like his movies, but that was Sony's fault, not Andrew Garfield's. Just bring him back. I think it fits the Venom movies perfectly because of how dark it is.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire, man, you could bring it. I would love to see all three of them in the Spider-Verse. But do not...
I don't want them to ruin Tom Holland.
Yeah, do not put Tom Holland in any other Sony movies except for the MCU if they decide to bring it back. Unless this news is fake and we're wasting our time here. I would hate that. I wish it was April 1st. But no. So you either cancel Tom Holland's, do not make Spider-Man 3 and 4. Or you make...
Wait till...
Hey, actually, you know, they make Spider-Man...
Apple buys Sony, and then you can do them.
But that wouldn't make sense, though, because then that would mean he's already older now, and then it would kind of have to be a prequel. So,
Yeah.
Unless they release it at the time of Guardians 3 in 2022, because if it's in 3 years in 2022, depending if Apple is still buying Sony, then that would mean the rights go back to Disney, and they could make that movie, and it would come out by like 2023 to 2024, and that would be the accurate time when Thanos snaps, but no one cares. They just want to see more Spider-Man with the Avengers. That's all we all wanted. Everyone was so hyped in Civil War when he came. When Black Panther came.
It could have been Blade, Spider-Man.
Dude, everyone. Fantastic Four, dude. Freaking Fantastic Four. We could have had...
Just imagine Tom Holland in a Fantastic Four suit and a paper bag.
Exactly. So much potential. Like, I want to see the three team up with Daredevil, Spider-Man, and Deadpool. And...
Yeah.
Bro, he would have been one of the head Avengers. We would have had Spider-Man, Black Panther, Ant-Man, Wasp,
What has been the new Iron Man?
Captain Marvel, Valkyrie. I don't know if Valkyrie would be in it, and Sam Wilson, Bucky Barnes. Bro, everyone's here now, except for him. Were they gonna make an excuse? Oh, where's the kid? They can't mention Peter Parker. Oh, he's at school. Wow, just wow.
Yeah, he's at school.
He's at school, bros. He's at school.
Like,
Freeman, what is your last thought on Spider-Man before we wrap this up? Of him going back to Sony.
You know, Sony should just give all the rights back to Marvel before they ruin him.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. Put him back with Disney. You wouldn't have the highest grossing Sony movie, Sony, if it weren't for Disney, okay? So I say, they even make your stories. You just pay for the movie itself. But if they help you guys pay, and you help them pay, you guys should figure it out. Alright guys, that's going to be all for this time. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you all next time. But first, make sure you grab some merch from Jonathan Salvador. His link will be in our description. And also, leave your thoughts in the comments below on what you think about Spider-Man leaving the MCU. Alright, but that's all for now. See you later. Bye!
Bye!